During 7 months, my brother got kena before. Yeah, but his one is not his leg swollen. His so go missing.
Huh?
Yeah.
My name is Ut.
My name is Tong.
My name is Fa.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
And this is Tales from Incredible Tales, inspired by the classic MediaCorp series, where we explore different aspects of Southeast Asia's supernatural culture.
We are back for season 3.
We're back.
On behalf of the team, I want to thank all the fans for making this happen. The comments are, wow, y'all keep bugging us lah.
By demand, that's why we're back. So excited.
We are back, but we are doing some things a little differently this time round. Raihan, our partner for seasons 1 and 2, has returned to his studies. So we want to say thank you so much, Raihan, for your warmth, for your talent, and of course, all your stories. In the co-host seat now, however, is Fa Anwar. Fa, welcome to the show, man.
What do you mean? I'm Raihan. I just got fatter.
Looking a little bit different there, buddy.
But thank you guys so much for having me. I'm not here to replace Raihan. I'm here to continue his legacy. So I hope you guys can accept me and let's learn along the way. Yeah.
Oh,
Except
so
you're right at home already.
Yeah,
man.
right at home. You are a horror guy.
You are.
We are all horror people, so
Yes.
yeah.
We are all ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, dude. Some things are still the same though. For instance, for this season's premiere, we once again have 2 guests with us. First, of course, there's the host of Incredible Tales throughout its 13 years. Welcome back to the show, Art.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. And as always, feels like home when I'm back here with you guys. And welcome to this home, Fa.
Thank you.
This home, this one.
This home behind us.
A bit scary, yeah.
I love how we ran the risk of being a little bit too sentimental there, and then Kyle put us right back. It's like this home.
We also have another returning guest. The popular Gen Z Taoist priest from TikTok, Chee Tong. Good to see you again,
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, the guest lineup, there's a design to it. Later you'll see.
Exactly. Kyle planned this all out. It's not. We didn't just randomly throw 2 people together.
Just like how the team started with the second season with an on-location shoot, we are coming to you from a creepy location once more.
This time round, we are in Changi. But unfortunately, we are not filming at this very certainly creepy location that people like to associate Changi with. However, we managed to find a place in Changi that has suitable vibes here. If you know, you know lah. This episode's topic, Hungry Ghosts, is actually inspired by the original Incredible Tales episode, 7th Month.
To give you a little bit of a history lesson here. So this chalet was built in the 1920s and was originally used as British military quarters. There have been no famous ghost stories about it as far as we know. Why do y'all keep looking? I'm not even finished with one episode and they're creeping me out already. But at over 100 years old, you never know about this place. At Chee Tong, how does it feel to be here?
I thought it was okay, and now I'm feeling... I'll leave it at that. How do you feel, Chee Tong?
Actually, just now when I came, I felt that this place was quite normal. But I swear, once we start the show, do you see the lights flickering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the lights flicker. That's quite. That's flickering. It's quite normal.
Yeah.
I am not going to face backwards for the rest of the show.
You have a Taoist and a Buddhist, so...
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
So I would say I felt normal as well until we started the show. Yeah.
So as you're watching this, it's the Hungry Ghost Month. The festival is actually celebrated by both Buddhists and Taoists, which is why we have both Art and Chee Tong here today. Yeah, it's by design. So there are actually differences on how the 2 religions approach it here though. An article on National Library Board's website breaks it down quite clearly. The focus of this month for the Taoists is actually appeasing the wandering souls. For Buddhists, however, the focus is on filial piety instead. Last season we focused more on what you can see with your third eye during this period, but can you tell us a bit more about filial piety as part of Hungry Ghost Month as a Thai Buddhist?
I think we should break down the term filial piety. It's really hard to pronounce.
He's trying to make you feel better.
It's really hard to pronounce, but I think we should break down the term first before we go into how it's how it relates to being Buddhist and how it relates to the month. This term means how family is very deep-rooted and important in Asian culture, and how things relate back in so many ways to give respect and give honor to your family, your ancestry, and that lies within the ceremonies that you pay homage to. So it's if we break it down to why do Asian culture or Eastern culture have this underlying taking care of your parents or everything going back to your parents, it lies with this term. Because we were embedded since we're young, where we're sort of indebted to our parents for being born into this world. Hence, they are indebted to their parents, and then it lies with giving the importance of why we're here to the people before, and that lies in the importance of family. The Western culture might be quite confused as to, well, once you hit a certain age, why do you need to still be with your parents? Why do you need to take care of them? And it's because we have can you say it one more time? Filial piety?
Filial piety.
Yeah, filial piety. So it's and it's a special term because I think this term describes it so perfectly. And it doesn't exist. This term doesn't it's not a standard term that we speak with each other.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing. When I was growing up, the ancestors part of it wasn't so much there. But when I was growing up, this idea of filial piety was exactly what you said. It's broadly speaking, just a respect and a care for your family. And you're right. I always thought it was a universal thing. And then as I grew older, I realized, that maybe some people outside of Southeast Asia and Asia know the term, but it's not as embedded in their culture as it is for ours.
Yeah, it's embedded in such a way that there's this guilt when you don't do certain things. If you leave your parents you can't move on to not take care of your parents because you've been embedded that if you do so, it's as if you will, you might not have a good life. It might be bad luck to you. So this is in present realistic terms that I understand. And then when you bring it into a very spiritual level, basically the foundation before, your grandparents, your great-grandparents and whatnot, it's the respect that you still keep them alive in the sense of in the prayers and in the special ceremonies and special days, special months, special holidays. But that's basically the foundation of filial piety.
Usually, a lot of people will confuse Taoism and Buddhism together because especially Chinese form of Buddhism and Taoism have been coexisting so long in China until a lot of the practices seems to be inseparable. But at its core philosophy, based on my understanding, it's totally different. It's totally two different religion that has no relations at all. So maybe if I share from the Taoist term, it will be that we do believe in our goal basically is to become an immortal. Yeah, in an immortal, not in a way where you become God or somewhere, but in an immortal in a way where we be one with the Tao. Because according to this philosopher called Lao Tzu, which is one of our founders, he actually observed in this universe that there is this underlying pattern, underlying force in this universe that governs kind of everything, It cannot be spoken of, it cannot be imagined. It's something just there. We can use our, some people will say heart to feel it. We know that it's there, but we cannot put a word to it because it is everything but nothing at the same time. So because he don't know how to describe this thing, he called it Tao. Tao in Chinese, if you translate to English, it means the way. It's called the way because every way leads to it and everything stems from there as well. So as Taoists, our goal actually is to be one with the Tao because we know that the world or the universe at its core without human interference is perfect. everything runs perfectly. So what we are doing now is actually to minimize what our our human desires, our human intervention into this universe and onto ourselves as well, so that we can flow. They always say like, flow with nature, flow with the Tao. So that's actually our goal. I think a lot of the similarities that we have will be, we do believe in the realms of reincarnation and all those. So like Buddhists, they will say that their goal is to jump out from that sixth realm of reincarnation to attain nirvana. Taoism has a similar concept as well. So our goal is to be immortal, but not in a way where we die. But for Taoism, we focus more on the life. In that perspective, we jump out from the realms of reincarnation, because reincarnation is about living and dying, living and dying, living and dying. But for Buddhism, it's the opposite.
It's about, with Buddhism, it's like, from what I can share from my perspective, because Buddhism has been like branched out in so many different legs as well. But with Thai Buddhism, and it probably lies with Buddhism as a whole, is the karma. That's the word. The karma that you carry with you from your past life, present life, and future. So like you have karma ties to people, and you have these karma ties where things that you experience in your current life, you're going to be put through the same lessons and the same people, the same traumas, the same sufferings, if you don't learn to let go. So, this is interesting because I can make light of it now, because I've always had this strange not understanding my mom, because my mom, she spends so much time putting effort in the dying, in the deceased.
Right.
And now everything kind of makes sense to me because of filial piety.
Yeah.
It's the fact that because that's how she's been embedded, and that's what was passed on through generations and generations before. And she spends each year, each time when there comes the special day where we need to give offerings, it's like she goes all out. I feel like she spends more time with these special days to give offerings to our ancestors more than spending time in the present. So the reason why we're diving deep into this is because of like the 7th month and the Hungry Ghost month, and how the differences in the Taoist and the Buddhism. And for me, I guess from my own experience, it's like we don't practice like giving the offerings to the ghosts in terms of like, to appease them, or like to for the fact that they're hungry. I think on my side, from my personal experience with my mom, it's like she's giving these offerings to our ancestors,
right,
to the spirits of the past,
right,
that are tied to our family.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the interesting part, because I've got I've been told that from young, right? Oh, you need to go for Qingming festival. You need to pray to your ancestors during Hungry Ghost month. You need to pray to them during their death anniversaries, right? All this is part of the idea of filial piety. But somewhat there's some roots to Taoism in that.
Actually,
right?
I disagree that the roots is filial piety. I feel like if you understand the tradition, it stems from selfishness.
Okay,
yes,
fair.
Because in Chinese culture or in Taoism, actually we believe that as long as there's someone praying or paying respect to this ancestor or this soul, the soul lives. Yeah. So in Taoism, actually we believe that we have 3 souls. So one of them goes to the heaven, one goes to the place that it was worshipped or buried, another goes, they call it the karmic soul, it goes to the underworld to receive whatever judgment they have and go to whatever place they have. So actually when we are praying to the ancestors, then actually they are that middle soul which carries the memories of that person. So in a way, we believe that if there's someone constantly giving respect or giving offerings to this soul, they will live forever. Yeah, but if nobody prays to it, about 300 years, they disappear. Yeah, so a lot of the Chinese families, they will want to have sons. They will want, because the sons are the only one that can carry out this, I would say, ritual, to pray to the ancestors and all those. And their goal for doing so is so that they can be around. Yeah, they want that offering to continue. So that's why they say, when they say, my offsprings, I continue my lineage. In Chinese culture, it's actually said as 继续香火. I continue my offerings. Yeah. Because
the incense,
yeah, the incense
is the incense.
Right.
Yeah, because as long as the incense
still continue burning.
Yeah. Because as long as it's present, the ancestors will live. Yeah, the roots in a way don't die. So, although we say like filial piety, I feel like it's filial piety mask. It's like selfishness mask under filial piety.
I think it gets adapted. That's why it's like the reason why I had explained it from it like in present day rather in a spirit scenario is to understand like how it's layered within us without the religion. But this is really interesting because I guess I have some Taoist in me then after what you just shared, because I'm actually quite I have great debates with my mom about it, because I feel like you're keeping the spirits alive. They can't move on by continuing to do this ceremony and process, and you're not yourself in the present. I don't feel like things should be so structured and constrained. At the end of the day, like we lend each other's like kind of experience to kind of come up with things on our own that works for us.
Yeah.
But I agree. Actually, I agree with Chee Tong's statement. It is a bit of selfishness because I've been told by my elders like, hey, you need to get a son. Then somebody can worship you after you pass on. So you will not end up as a hungry ghost. Like literally hungry ghost. It's the fear. There's the it's a lot Chinese people, we are very layered. There's a lot of emotions. There's the fear, there's the selfishness, and of course there's the reverence. But the reverence is asteroid. So there's a lot of things. We are a very practical bunch. We are a very practical bunch. So I agree, because like in my mind, when I was young, I've been like, psychologically like wired to do this. So I still do it as an adult. And I don't know, it could be placebo. I feel that the ancestors are around, ancestral spirits are around to help me when times of need. And of course, sometimes when I meet people who are very spiritual, they say, your ancestral energy very very strong. They're like, all those years of praying and all, then I get deeper into the system.
So I have a question. All right. So what happens if you stop praying for your ancestors? So they will be the hungry ghosts, is it?
In a way, yes. Hungry ghosts are hungry because there's nobody worshipping them in the Taoist perspective. So they don't really call it wandering ghosts. They call it they don't call it hungry ghosts. They call it wandering spirits.
Wandering spirits, okay.
Yeah. So actually during the 7th month, a lot of people are doing their offerings. Just now you say that Taoism is about appeasing their spirits. Actually in Taoism, this month is a month of repentance and compassion. It's not really appeasing the spirits. Yeah. Appeasing the spirits comes about because like people are scared of the ghosts, so they do that. Yeah. But why we pray to these spirits is actually to inculcate that sense of compassion towards these wandering spirits. Yeah. So, in Taoism, every practice that we do has a deeper meaning that brings about a change in our heart, in our mindset. So when we pray, actually we are conditioning these people to give offerings.
Right.
Yeah, to be compassionate. Yeah.
Because no one else helped them, so you guys decided to. Okay. Now,
so during this 7th month, you will see that underneath the void deck, when the rituals are going on, they will put those like buckets of like what Milo powder rice or this kind of thing. After this, these goods will go to the needy people as well. So we help not just the living but also the dead.
Killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Like I said, like we are very resourceful.
Practical.
I do find that in Thailand during the Hungry Ghost, it's a form of compassion, as like Chee Tong said, and I think with Asian culture, there are overlaps of beliefs. It's not pure Buddhism, pure Taoist. There's an overlaps of why things are done at certain times for certain ceremonies, and in Thai, the compassion is called metta. So it's like metta, the spirits that aren't able to cross over, and they might need that assistance. Hence, like the hungry, the ghost month is like kind of a means to help people get blessings from those merits as well.
I've been living for quite some time in Singapore, and if not because of this conversation, I wouldn't know all this, I'm going to be honest with you.
That's why we have the show.
Yeah, we learn from each other.
I mean, Carl and I have spoken with Chee Tong on air, for last season. We've spoken on our own show and everything. And it's quite nice to hear the three of y'all speak about it, because as the three of y'all are speaking about it, a phrase keeps coming to mind, and I don't think it's tied into any particular religion. Everybody dies twice. the first time you die is the day that your body gives in and you're gone. And the second time you die is the day when the last person who remembers you stops remembering you.
The Taoist origin of the Hungry Ghost Month revolves around Ti Quan Ta Ti, the deity that rules over earth and pardons sins, on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month. It's during this month that the gates of hell are open and hungry ghosts are free to wander among the living to look for food. Also during this month, Taoist priests mix food offerings and perform rites too. Chee Tong, what kind of rites have you or other Taoist priests perform during this month?
From the information first, because like just now there was the part that you talk about how the gates of hell or the underworld is open during the 15th day of the 7th month. Why we believe that it's open is because of the rites that you were talking about. Because during the rites, during the rituals is where the priests will perform something significant called hell breaking, 破地狱 in a way. So different sects, they do it different ways. So some might use a knife, some might use a staff. Some might jump over the fire, different ways. But rituals are actually a way of, it's like symbolism, So during this period of time, we are actually extending this form of compassion to the dead. So what rituals that we usually perform is, there will definitely be the hell breaking, the soul summoning. So summoning the wandering soul, showering the souls. And the most important thing is actually for them to listen to scriptures. Yeah, so because we believe that souls are in hell or in the underworld because of attachment. Yeah, you know how we believe in yin and the yang, right?
Yes.
So we believe that whatever that is dense falls underneath.
Yep.
Whatever that is dense refers to our state of mind. So our feelings, those grief or those unhappy emotions, those things pull us down to the underworld. So that's why this soul sink. Yeah, so that is actually one of the high keys that is inside of a Taoist ritual. And after that, there will be the food giving lah. You will see them throw the bao lah, whatever, all these kind of things. Yeah, but the food is only how would I say, a trap for them. Because if it's like humans like that. If we hear of buffet, then we go for the event, right? Yeah. So actually, the 7-month ritual you can see as a major event planning. Yeah. So what is the point? The point is actually for them to listen to these scriptures, to understand the meaning, and also for them to rise to heaven or paradise, whatever they will.
Then what happens if the rites are not performed?
If they are not performed.
Yeah.
Actually, nothing will happen. That's the thing.
Okay, we paint a scenario for the viewers' sake. Okay, let's say, I don't know, you run out of certain material, then all the Taoist priests is not able to do the rites for a certain month for the whole year. What will happen?
Nothing will happen. Yeah, really nothing will happen. It's not like, every day also got people die. Yeah. So even if there's nobody that do the rituals, they will just go through their normal course law. Meaning say, because in Taoism we believe that why the underworld or why hell is filled with burning is because this fire is used to remove their impurities. Yeah. So that's why they have to. So depends on how much impurities they have. They will stay in hell for how long? For that amount of time. So if there's no priest doing that inner alchemy for them, they will just go through the normal process of burning inside until finally they are pure.
So the priest is more like trying to fasten it or like lessen the suffering of the deceased.
Yes.
I mean, while these topics are very interesting, I mean, out of my own curiosity, Chee Tong, it's been a while since we met you. So, got any horror stories along the lines of Hungry Ghost Month or what we just talked about that happened?
Actually, I don't really have a horror one because, naturally, I think as I get longer in this field, right, there's less things that you get scared about because everything is just like a bit sian already, You see the ghost, last time you're like, hey, this ghost like special, then like a bit scared. Now it's like, oh, hi.
Wow.
Yeah, Yeah, but I think there are sweet things that come about. So like, for example, that time, so I was doing like this mass prayer for a pet crematorium. Then I wasn't sure it will work or not because usually our rituals are catered towards more of the human.
Yep.
Human. So I wasn't sure like, pets got souls or not. I mean, like, we definitely know that pets or animals are part of the 6 realms, but I don't know whether it will work. So I tried. But during the ritual, I think what was amazing was the feedback that was given after that, because some of the pet owners apparently saw and heard their deceased pets. And while I was doing the prayer, actually there was a woman that was crying very heavily. Then afterwards, like when we went to ask her what happened, she said that she saw her cat, over there, and she thought that she's crazy lah, but like we console her lor, what's past has to pass. And I think something sweet happened to me after that, because like after the ritual, actually I have to rush off somewhere, so my grab came already, but I need to go to the toilet. Then over there, there's so many different rooms, but they don't have the label for the toilet one. So I was trying to search for the toilet one by one, opening the door. Then when I was like on my second door, then suddenly at the far side, the door opened by itself. Yeah. So the strength of it feels as if it's a very light push, Yeah. Then I was like, what's that? Okay, but I went. Then I was like, oh, it's the toilet. So I went to the toilet. Then when I was inside, I suddenly felt a presence below me. Then I heard a meow. Yeah. So I was like, oh. Yeah, having goosebumps. Yeah.
We're like, thank you.
Yeah. It's like, thank you. Yeah, something like that. So
Nice.
after that, I really believe that, animals do have spirits as well. Yeah.
All right, so we've read that the Buddhist origins for the Hungry Ghost Month begin with Maudgalyayana, a disciple of Buddha. Maudgalyayana saw that his late mother had been reborn as a hungry ghost that was unable to consume food. When he went to Buddha for advice, Buddha said that for a feat as great as rescuing the suffering deceased, the whole Sangha, which is the Buddhist community of monastics and laity, would need to come together. This was when Buddha established a holiday to be observed on the 15th day of the 7th month, during which devotees would offer food, incense, and more in order to free the dead from suffering. There's a beautiful message here about filial piety, but also this sense of community for Buddhists. You touched upon parades during the Hungry Ghost Month in last season's premiere. Could you tell us a bit more about those?
Basically, it's very festive, and it's very interesting because I think I used to see it as being something more dark, but seeing it more festive, it's like a celebration. And now I have like a deeper understanding with Tong here, how it's giving compassion. And I feel like the parade is an extension of that.
Yeah.
The parade that I had was able to be a part of and witness was like in the Chinatown part of like Thailand, and it was so colorful. It was so colorful, and it was like in the small little side streets in Yawalat, off of Yawalat, and they were doing the parade in and out, and people were just dressed in so many different gods, and I don't even know, I can't even name what they were dressed in, but it was just very beautiful. So I think that's a community factor to it.
Yeah.
But what about the Thai communities? Like
the Thai communities, they don't celebrate the Hungry Ghost Month. I think it's like if you have Chinese, like if you're Thai Chinese, but if like you're pure Thai, I don't see people celebrating or putting emphasis on the Hungry Ghost Month.
I want to ask a question for both of you actually. There's I think I see on both sides of the temples, for both Taoist and Buddhist temples, Goddess of Mercy, Guan Yin, like both are prayed to at those temples. Like I know like Guan Yin is definitely a Buddhist goddess lah. But what about Taoist?
Actually, in Taoism, Guan Yin is also worshipped as well. So we actually, like the phrase "Goddess of Mercy" is more used for Taoism in a sense because goddess. Okay, so like for Buddhists, usually they will call him or her Bodhisattva, yeah. So or Pusa lah, usually we know of it as Pusa. Yeah. But if you talk about Guan Yin, actually you have to talk about the history a bit. So Guan Yin is actually more of like was a male figure that spread from India to China. So during the Tang Dynasty, because the idea of compassion was more associated with the female gender, so slowly it swapped, to become a female image. Yeah. So in Taoism wise, you will see that there's a legend that says that this Guan Yin is actually this specific deity called Ci Hang Zhen Ren, who is a male as well. I don't know how. So in a way, the concepts kind of mix together. Yeah, the idea of these like two different deities in Taoism, this Zhang Zhenren and Guan Yin, mixed together, combined together to become the female Guan Yin that we know today. Yeah, so you will see that both sides also worship her. But I think in a sense, it's more of like because in the Chinese community back then, they don't really have a figure that represents compassion. And so they kind of just, whatever that comes, they pray. Yeah.
I think Tong basically answered the question. Yeah, because I don't have much insight on Zhao Mak Guan Im, other than that there are Thais who worship Zhao Mak Guan Im, and they tend to be from Chinese ancestry. So then that would make sense, everything that Tong just like shared with us.
But I mean in Singapore at least it's a common staple that you find in Singapore apartments actually. Guan Yin is the, I would say like the standard goddess that you put in your home. Yeah, because it's quite neutral in that sense. Yeah.
There's a standard combo on Guan Yin, Guan Gong, and Tope Gong. Standard combo.
The three,
the three. Yeah.
I think like similar to what you shared about like Singapore, kind of it's just like a mecca of what works for you. And in Thailand, it's a mecca of just allowing people to respect whom they respect and the gods they respect. That's why it's like a lot of temples. It doesn't mean that you go to the temple and you believe in all the gods that are provided and the whole entire nation believes the same way. It's like they give a bit of everything for who believes in what. And then you have like the core Buddhism there. So that's why like some temples you'll see the Zhao Mak Guan Im and you'll see the Ganesha, or you see all these different gods. But then you see people gravitating towards the gods they worship.
So Tong, what happens if someone encounters a ghost during Hungry Ghost Month?
Hungry Ghost Month. Usually like, okay, so in our philosophy, it's more of like it's not a problem until it's a problem. Yeah, so if you so if you encounter a ghost but nothing happens, then just leave it be. You're just passing by, just encounter it. But if something happens, like for example, you get sick after that, or you become very unlucky after that, or some weird things happen, there are different ways to cleanse. So usually depends on your dialect group. Some for example the Hokkien, they will use something called pomegranate leaves. Yeah, they put inside the water. They will just sprinkle themselves, shower themselves with that. Or a very common way they say is flower bath.
Flower bath, okay. Mandi bunga lah in Malay. Yeah, it's common also.
Yeah, flower bath or a salt rub, that kind of thing. Or the Cantonese, they'll use pomelo leaves. Yeah. Those people, they are more skilled in a way. They will use joss paper. So how they will use joss paper is they will just take a joss paper, use fire, the element of fire to cleanse themselves. They will just circle it around their body to cleanse themselves. Or like you said just now, appeasing the spirits. Or you can just make a simple prayer yourself to say, I've offended you. Please leave. Yeah, that way. So different dialect groups, different depends on which part you are from. They use different methods as well.
Okay, I have a question. I'm pretty sure if there are Malay people watching, right, you guys can relate to what I'm saying. Right? So growing up, right, usually our parents would advise us, right, whenever it's Hungry Ghost Month, try your best, not to kick the offerings, try not to step on it, because we are young, right? Sometimes when we play football or what, and we accidentally step on what, right? So I've heard of stories that, when people, especially from my community, right, they accidentally step on it or accidentally kicked it and whatnot, their leg goes swollen.
Yes, it's very
and stuff
common.
like that. So let's say if one were to accidentally do something like that, right? So what is your advice? What do we do? Do we say sorry?
Yeah, I think usually you just say sorry is enough. Because the concept is more of like, you even as humans, you're eating halfway, somebody come and kick your foot, you're also angry, right? Yeah. So the way to do it is you really have to sincerely say sorry. And because you're from the other faith, usually we're encouraged to use your faith practice to
Understood.
to cleanse first lah. Yeah, or if really doesn't work, usually go back
to that
place, say sorry, and pray. Really just pray. Yeah, I think during 7 months, my brother got kena before. Yeah, but his one is not his leg swollen. His soul go missing.
Huh?
Yeah. One of his soul went missing.
One of his souls?
Yeah, went missing.
Oh.
Yeah, so during the 7 months he was playing. in the playground, on all those. Then like after that, kick one of the offerings. Then after that, we were just like calling him back. Like last time we used to call his name. So like, call his name. Then he came. Then when we went back home, he suddenly had a very high fever, and he became like a bit like gibberish. Like I cannot really talk properly. So he became just very weird. Yeah.
So his body is there, but
yeah, the soul like missing.
Oh my days.
Yeah. So after that, that time we were very young, ma. So my parents went to find a medium for consultation. The medium said that one of my brother's soul went missing because when he accidentally kicked the offerings, and when we call his name, his soul was like carried away by two young spirits. So these young spirits wanted to play with him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like children. Yeah. So the way to cleanse this, to solve this, was that this medium asked us to take his shirt, the shirt that he always wear, to go outside using a bamboo stick. Call his name. So call his name 7 times, then bring back home, put the shirt on his body while he's sleeping, and just let it stay there for the night. So when we did that, the next day he okay already.
Did he tell you where he went?
No, he didn't. He was just, because he was very young. I think he was around like 3-4 years old. So he just like, the next day he's yeah.
So just now you said one of his souls
Yes.
was taken, right? So I mean, in your belief, like how many souls do we have?
We believe that we have 3 souls.
3.
Yeah, so we believe that we have 3 spiritual souls and 7 bodily souls, physical soul. Yeah, so these 10 souls in total become you, your function. So the seven physical souls is more responsible for your function and all those. So like your immune system, your digestive system. We believe that all these have a soul as well, and this is 7. They correspond to your emotions as well. Then the 3 spiritual souls, some people, nowadays they will explain it more as like the mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, but these are your essence in a way.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Creepy, yeah.
creepy on.
Yeah.
Creepy, but also kind of cute. The fact that he came back and he was like,
I think kids you don't
Yeah.
know better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's quite normal during 7 months. This kind of things happen.
Is there an uptick in cases?
Uptick, yes, there's an uptick in cases. Usually, last time when I was very new to this, I don't believe that 7 months there's really a uptick in this kind of cases. But as I got more experience, really there's a spike. Even for funeral cases, there's usually a spike during this period of time. Yeah.
Just like with seasons 1 and 2, in every episode we will have a question for everyone here and watching at home. For this episode, I would like to know, if you could meet the spirit of a famous person who has passed, who would you want to meet?
While everybody's thinking, I will go first. Purely from the point of view of a writer, and purely from the point of view of somebody who greatly respected this person, David Bowie. I would love to meet David Bowie.
Actually, I would like to meet one of my past masters. Yeah, so there's one of our past masters from our lineage is this person called Liu Dongping. I think for the Chinese audience, they'll be quite familiar with it. It's one of the 8 immortals. So he's supposedly the founding person of my sect. Yeah, so I want to ask him, whatever you say, real one. Yeah. I think there's a lot of things I would want to ask him and clarify. Yeah.
Okay, mine is similar to his. Along the lines of the theme of this episode, I would actually love to meet Confucius. Kongzi.
Ooh.
Yeah. I do have some philosophical questions that I would like to ask him.
Any specific questions?
Like, if you were alive in this world right now, do you think it's worse than the world that you came from?
Oh, wow.
Like is this world considered suffering, or is it just another form of a world that you probably have foreseen or see? Because your suffering is perspective, right? So
For some reason, when I asked the question, right, I thought of Michael Jackson for some reason. I do not know
That's
why.
a good answer.
he was on my mind also.
But I
That's
do
a
not-
really
but
good
That's the
answer.
thing. I do not know why. Why would I want to meet his spirit? How are you doing? Yeah.
No, like teach me the moonwalk. I know.
Are you still haunting the house?
That's a good answer.
It's either Michael Jackson or Allah Yarham Tansi Piramli, if you know. Is he,
by the way?
sorry?
Who is he, by the way?
He's a director. He's everything back in the 1960s, 60s era. So he's an actor, musician, director, filmmaker, A really famous guy. Yeah.
Renaissance man.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
what would you what would be like the top question you would ask him?
Or how to be like him.
Wow.
Because he's like all rounder. He literally can do everything.
Yes.
And even till now, right? I think like what years down the road, right? Even people are still watching his movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like evergreen, you know.
I already knew from the beginning, but it's like usually I'm the first one to answer, so like I wanted to be the last one. I want to see the spirit of Albert Einstein.
That's a good answer. That is a really good answer.
And I would probably ask him to break down quantum physics in layman terms for me.
All right, so it's great to be back, and what a first episode to start the season on. We were talking earlier on about how like this could be a whole separate podcast all on itself, but unfortunately we do have to wrap this episode up. As always, it's with Kyle and his morbid fact of the day.
So according to the Japanese interpretation of the festival of Mao Ganyayana, is known as Mokuren. When his mother was released from her suffering, Mokuren had quite the reaction. He broke into a joyful dance. It's why the Japanese version of the festival features a bon odori, a type of dance meant to honor one's ancestors. Is it tied to obon? It is, right?
I guess it probably is.
Yeah. Obon is big in Japan. Yeah, people actually travel back to their original prefectures from all the big cities like Tokyo, Osaka to go back and visit, and it's like a national holiday. And of course, they pray for the deceased. It's like Hungry Ghost Month. But yeah, apparently the spirits do come out also during that time. Obon. Obon is the Japanese version.
Obon.
Yeah, Obon. O-B-O-N. Yeah.
All right. Thank you again, Art, and also Chee Tong. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to all of you for tuning into Tales from Incredible Tales. And new episodes go online every week on MeWatch, MeListen, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
My name is Ut.
My name is Chitong.
My name is Wade.
My name is Kyle.
My name is Far, and we'll see you next time.